Hello everybody, welcome back. We are here with the alphas again. We are just about done with our next Concord month. We've got like, what, 2 weeks left in this Concord month, or something like that. Let's see here. Yeah, we've got 2 weeks left. We're pretty much maxed out on our rewards. We've got like the 1 week left. And we have already funded the flex for our next month of Omega. You can see here we got 170 on one character, 170 on another character, and then 154 flex on another. That means we really only need another 16 flex in order to get our next month of Omega. What would that cost us? Let's have a look. Recently, it's been really nice that the flex market has been somewhere in the 9.3 million range when I go to check it out. It's a little bit higher today, but we need about 155 million ISK. So we should get that just from doing our Dormant Realms today. And then after that, we may go ahead and purchase our Concord Pass extension? I don't know. Yeah, just really happy that this is working out for us. Like I said, we're really only relying on the Concord Pass and Dormant Realms to make our ISK. The Concord Pass this month was using only the free path, whereas last month we bought the Concord Pass to help us attain the rattlesnakes. This month we did not have to do that. Now we are still going to do that, only because it's one of the better choices you can make when you look at ISK to monetary value. So by going with this Elite Partner Pass, you're gonna get an extra 40,000 Concord credits, and you'll gain 10 levels. That pretty much is going to equate to like another 48,000, like 88,000 Concord points. It's really crazy. It'll also help us get some skill points for upgrading our skills. We are working toward the Cobra. We really don't need any of these nanopores here. We'll hold on to them for now. Maybe we will analyze the faction battleship one. Just to try to get our hands on some upgrades for the gold core at a higher level, since it also applies to the Cobra. Yeah, I mean, I've already had them made, I just, haven't sent them to you. I haven't been on the account to accept it. My bad. Alright, we're gonna do our Dormant Realms today. We're gonna get Jinner in here. We should have a pretty good day overall. We are not doing DR4. We are doing DR1. Alright. Not bad. Alright, I'm gonna switch it over to the main screen here. Make sure it is the correct one. It is. We are full on fuel this time around. Which means we can just run the group shield boosters as much as we want. Oh, hell. Okay, we're starting off a little bit on the harder side of things today. Just gonna go ahead and activate mine.
We're under attack.
Right. Jitter, are you activating on the second wave? Is that what we're doing?
We're under attack.
Yep, awesome. We got this. Don't forget, I'm a bit slow. Even with micro-warp drives. Yeah, we are quite slow when it comes to the micro-warp drive on our ships. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Okay, we'll get another one going here.
We're being warp scrambled.
Yeah, so it's only taken us like a week and a half, so yeah, pretty much a week and a half in order to get our next month of Omega doing what we're doing. I think that is pretty good. What the hell is going on here? My ships are being a little bit annoying today. They do not want to do what I tell them to. Told this damn thing to go after Dormant Realm Tower 5, but decided that it was not going to do that. Give me a minute, Jenner. I'll get there.
We're under attack.
Oh no. Yeah, now we're just wiping the floor with them. Oof. Okay, you should have the next activation up.
We're under attack.
I mean, this should just clear out in a moment here. And there we go. A little bit slower than our usual. That's mostly because of the weird start that we had. And my problems back in trying to move from 2 to 3. Or 2 to 5, I should say. Alright, ooh, not DR4. One day I'm going to ruin everything by accidentally selecting DR4.
Undocking.
Okay. I do have my thing up and ready, so just gotta get my people in here.
We're under attack.
Do I need to activate on the next one? Is that correct?
We're under
Or,
attack.
are you available for it? I think I need to.
We're under attack.
Eh. I'm gonna go activate on the next pylon tower. And you can get wave 2, Jinner.
We're being warp scrambled. We're under attack.
Here comes wave 2. I know Jinner's gonna clear this out, so I'm gonna start aligning to the next tower. not one of my ships is ready. I'm still got like 48 seconds on one of my characters for the activation time, so we need to slow this down. Or we're gonna have to fight things for about 30 seconds. And one character came up, and then I've got 70 seconds on the next character. Well, we're down to 35 seconds. Hi, Snoopy. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Got about 5 seconds. Okay, I can activate.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this year has been one of the hottest years that I remember. And it's been hot for a long time this year.
We're under attack.
And we are just... Today's Dormant Realms should give us enough to get the last 16 flex we need for our next month of Omega.
We're under attack.
Docking request accepted.
Right, we need to give it a few seconds while our stuff comes off cooldown real quick. No, I've done it. I've gone and done it now. Why do I do that all the time? There we go.
Undocking.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to, but it really doesn't matter. We're going to be the top of our tier. The only way we're going to get above 100 is by going up to level 8. You'll just run, when we go for the first wave of the second tower, you'll run straight to the tower 5. That way we have both of them active at the same time. And you can nuke from there.
We're being warp scrambled.
So I guess oh yeah, you did this one. Yeah, I guess it's the second wave that you'd have to wait for. On Tower 2. It would be the first wave of Tower 1 and the second wave of Tower 2. Because you've got a 300-second cooldown.
We're under attack.
You're actually dragging them away from us.
We're under attack.
You have to wait for our second wave. unfortunately. Okay, you should hear it now.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
If you have it up and running. Do you have it?
We're under attack.
Oh no, okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work then. So that would only work. So that tactic would only work on the in-between dormant realms, where you end up on the middle tower, rather than the first and last tower. Because you'll have your activation ready for it when that happens. I don't know, it's just too much extra effort for being like 30 seconds faster every other one. Are you gonna activate yours now? You should be off cooldown. Yeah, you can hit it when you're in the center.
We're under attack.
There's always a bunch of stuff going on here. Uh, 8,000 per tick is what I get.
We're under attack.
Yeah.
We're under attack.
That's one of the reasons why, when it comes to the higher Dormant Realm levels, we are going to need the... We're going to need the Cobra. So that way we can have the Cobra clear out the battleships and stuff, while the Star Melody clears out all the smaller ships. Hi, Azim. How you doing today? We seem to be getting slower and slower, Jitter. I don't know what's going on.
Docking request accepted.
I think our fastest time today was... Yeah, we're just getting like a minute slower each time. What the hell? That's okay. No, don't select DR4. Stop doing that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Undocking.
I mean, the Shanghai is like double what the Cyan is.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I think for a high-sec
We're
event
under
ship,
attack.
you really don't need anything more than Cyan. Just running missions and labs and events, you shouldn't need more than what the Cyan can offer. The Shanghai, on the other hand, would be really good for those,
We're being warp scrambled.
crazier high-sec events. Yeah, what they mess up. Okay. Because I did a comparison when it first came out, but maybe I just didn't realize what I was looking at, or what you guys were saying. Yeah, unlimited power! The Shanghai is just a militaristic gray. I mean, that's everything that the Caldari ships are, is military gray.
We're under attack.
Yep, it just has to be functional. So that's why it's that. I mean, would you rather the Shanghai look like a rainbow-colored flamingo?
We're under attack.
So they finally uploaded my suggestion in the Eve Echoes suggestions area.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I feel like Shanghai and Cyan look very similar to each other for the color palette. I don't really see the yellow and the blue accents all that much other than on the engine area. It'll take me a minute to get back into that turret, or that tower. There is definitely one ship here that is a little bit slower than the rest.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I've heard the Doomsday is not very good. Now, I don't know if that's because people are not skilled into it, or if it is actually just terrible at single target. 7:30 or something like that.
We're under attack.
Man, I really need to get an aerospace implant.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah, so our fastest time today was 8:28. Get 2 more runs to do today.
Undocking.
Yeah, that was the one that dropped us on the pylon. 8:28. Which it might do again. Yep, it did again. If you want to nuke the first wave, if you... Oh no, you don't have it. It's okay, I got it. Yeah, you can nuke 2-2. That would give you a chance to nuke 2-2 and 5-1, by the way. If you want to wait for that, run off to 5-1 when we clear the first wave of 2,
We're under
and then you
attack.
can nuke both at one time.
We're being warp scrambled.
Yeah, you should be able to make it to the 5th tower between wave 1 of tower 2 and the second wave of tower 2. Especially since I'll be not nuking that wave, I think. Yeah.
We're under attack.
You're going around? Awesome. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh no, it worked. Yeah, if you want to head to the next tower, you can. Because we can handle this.
We're under attack.
Just make sure you have your timer ready.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
See what that does. Huh. It actually worked out pretty good there. But like I said, that's probably the only scenario where that works, is when you're stuck on middle tower. So you can just skip middle tower and go for the last one.
We're under attack.
Docking request accepted.
Alright. One last run. Yeah, it's definitely a fuel drinking competition between the Shanghai and the Cyan. Even Lucent Moon uses a little bit of fuel, but not nearly as much as Shanghai and Cyan.
Undocking.
Okay. Yeah, Dreads have a lot of operational fuel cost. Give me a minute while I get my ships up and running here. I do have this activation. Are you off cooldown or no? Yeah. Alright. Cool. Yeah, Longbow's reduced repair is really harsh, but it's good for like 1 or 2 cycles if you know you can survive the DPS.
We're under attack.
God, when I hate when my modules are out of sync.
We're under attack.
Yeah.
We're under attack.
Yeah, it's definitely sketchy using longbow in Dormant Realm. Yeah, I've got about 30 seconds on my activation.
We're under attack.
Okay, I'll get this one.
We're
I think
under
this one's
attack.
taking the heat of everything. Chimera for Shanghai? Yeah, that's probably a decent trade. Alright, I will be back in a minute.
Docking request accepted.
Okay, I'm back. About halfway through that run, I had that countdown timer for needing to go to the bathroom. I was like, oh god. Alright. Yes, that was all of our dormant runs today. Thank you, Jenner, for joining in and helping out. Our fastest time was 8:28. Okay, let me bring up all three characters here. Yeah, not bad. I like it. And it's fairly relaxed as well. Especially since now we know we do have to go to, level 8 if we want to be top 10. Yeah, we probably should do a 310 at some point this week. Just to see if we have a chance of completing it fast enough. Alright, let's see what we've got. Okay, got some neurons, got some compiler. Not much, though, on that character. Got some more neurons. More compilers. Nothing really crazy this week. Yeah, Aeon and both Lucid Moon should give us a pretty decent spot. You guys clear out the normal enemies a lot faster than I can. Got 12 million there. Got an 8 million there. And 27 million. Yeah, let's check that out. And then everything else is just kind of useless to me. Let's see here. Concord. Like jump drive. Lancer. Terminator Lance. Annihilator Lance. Light Fighter. Command Burst. Merit for Pirates. Same thing here. Light Fighter Operation. Yeah, that's all fine. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Double the price. Double the fuel tank. Similar source. Similar capacitor. Power grid's way better. Yeah, I do see the Sun Chaser here. Now, I don't know if that is baked into the system itself on the Cyan, because that's a nice update if it did. But you'll also notice that the Sun Chaser is pretty much identical. I don't know. I believe I saw that a while back, but I didn't know if they had updated it. Has anybody here tried to see if it works? It's only 6 light years because it's in high sec. Normally it's 3 light years, Jitter. High sec and low sec get 6 light years. Null sec gets 3. It's kind of like the high sec flight, warp speed, where you get 100% warp speed in high sec. Yeah, it's like the warp speed thing. What'll be interesting, actually, to see that, yeah, it's not a Concord thing, but it does seem to be like a Concord capital thing, along with the Yangzheng. Because if you go to Yangzheng, you'll find things like the one you prototype have Sun Chaser. All of the Con U's have the Sun Chaser as well. So it's more a Yangzheng thing with giving the technology to Concord for their capitals. Alright, so we have 236 million that we need to purchase some Flex. I need 16. Alright. So that's another month of Omega. You see here, now we have 170 Flex on all of our characters. Which, funny enough, we're actually a lot faster than we were last time. So last time we had like 15 or 16 days before the end of our Concord. Now we have 24 days. And we did not have to buy the advanced Concord Pass. We will still do that, because we'll use that ISK toward getting the Cobra on all these characters. But we are getting pretty decent RNG in terms of drops from Dormant Realm, along with our Concord box sales. So that's good. Means we can actually do what we want. Alright, so let's go ahead and do our next month of Omega. Normally, I would say don't do this, but since I know I'll be playing these characters very often, just letting them build up their ISK and stuff, doing Concord Pass, I don't mind doing this. But realistically, you should only use the next month of Omega if you know you're going to be playing for that month. Say some game is going to come out and you're going to be focusing on that, well, save your Omega and your Flex until you come back to the game. And then you can just start with Omega again. Yep, so now we have almost 2 months worth of Omega sitting here, which is like a full month and a half of Concord Pass that's not going toward um, another month of Omega because we're not racing the clock anymore. Now we're in that spiral of where we're just going to be stacking up these months to the point where we're not going to have to worry about it. Thoughts on no patch notes for this week? Um, a little sad. A little sad that it's delayed by a week, but at least now we have confirmation from Cloud that the update is next week. Um, on one hand, I would have liked to have had that update ready today, and we could have played through a whole lot of it all day today. However, I would say I'd rather them take their time and get the event to be a little less buggy than it has in the past. I know they pretty often struggle with their reward ceremony. So hopefully that'll be up and running as it's intended to. The community really needs that again. On the bright side, that's another week without me having to spend a whole ton of money on these characters, and I can put it toward showing off whatever's new next week. So, I'm not too heartbroken over it. I'm just glad we have information on that it's actually going to happen. I mean, I expect every update to be problematic in certain areas, just for the way that development works for NetEase in general. Um, it's not like these guys are a dedicated team. They take other people from outside of their team in order to accomplish what they need, depending on how much money they make for the month or the year or whatever. It's really complicated. Captain Benzie went over it extraordinarily well in one of his videos. But that being said, that means the team that we have for Eve Echoes is more of an idea and implementation team rather than an actual development team that's building all the code and all of the assets. Um, there's probably a few people doing that for this team, but not as many as you might think that are dedicated to this game. But yeah, I'm super happy about having 2 months, pretty much, of Omega that we're sitting on now. That is such a relief not to be, like, struggling with that. I'm so happy that these rattlesnakes are able to perform in 1-7 really well. And hopefully when I get the Cobras, we can start bringing them up to like 1-8, 1-9, 1-10. That'll be so good. We've got just a couple minutes till our next login day. I mean, if you guys want, I can swap over to the Aeon. and we can do a quick run of 310. If you are available. Because that's really all I had planned today, was get these alphas over to, their next month of Omega, get their Dormant Realms done. Oh, alright, Jinner. Maybe it'll be a next time then. Let's see what the leaderboard looks like. 57 currently. So we are the fastest in difficulty 7. After that it would have to be going up to difficulty 8. And 9, if we really wanted to have a chance of being in the top 50-ish. Top 100. Cool. Let's check out what the Cobra is worth right now. $8 billion is not bad for the Cobra. I wish we could have gotten it when they were like 7.1 billion. That would have been like really awesome. But we're still gonna be quite far off from that. I think we're gonna be like 2 more months of Concord Pass before we can actually afford that. Speaking of which, I think next week I will show off how much we get from the rest of this, from level 24 plus the Elite Pass. I don't know, we'll see. Either way, thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate your support and everything. I really cannot thank you enough. These alphas are pretty much on their way to being fully successful in New Eden. And from here on out, it's just waiting till we hit Tech 10, really. Getting the Cobra, upgrading it, getting it integrated. That's all things that we need to look at. Getting to be able to do Dormant Realm 110 with the Cobras would be really nice. That would be a huge improvement to our income as well. That means with 2 weeks of Dormant Realm 110, we should be able to pay off our Omega every month. And all of the ISK we get from Concord can go straight to our wallets, which is good. Alright. We shall see what happens when we get to Tech 10. It's still gonna be like a year or something like that. 6 months to a year, 8 months maybe. before we even hit Tech 10. And by then, there's gonna be so many different ships that we don't even know we're gonna get right now. So let's see what we end up with. Thank you all so much for coming. Have a good day. Take care and be safe.